I was listening to the commercial for the Salvation Army.
Oh, God.
And there's that guy that comes on. He's like a colonel or something with the Salvation Army. I was like, I asked Blanca, like, A, how do you think he got like elevated to that position?
Colonel.
And B, do you think when he goes to a salvation, you know, like colonels and like all those guys will have like their flag flown when they go to like, yeah, seriously, like anytime they are on a base, they have to fly that flag to let everybody know that person's there.
Yeah.
And I was like, do you think the colonel of the Salvation Army is treated like that? Like he comes in and his flag goes up and everyone's just like, oh, the colonel's here.
The colonel. Everyone in the office.
Who's the 5-star general of the Salvation Army?
Welcome back to Just Weirdly Blended. I'm Jesse.
And I'm Tom.
And, you know, we're getting so close to Christmas.
We are about a short 3 days away from...
Why is Christmas so stressful, though?
Because there's a lot of stuff to get ready for.
I think we put a lot of stress on ourselves, to be honest.
We truly do.
You know what I mean?
We're trying to get the house clean, and we always do the Christmas Eve party, which I love to do.
Yep.
But we have to get the house clean, which, is a lot of fun. And then trying to get presents wrapped and baking done and cooking done and all those things. You know, it's just a lot of stuff. But, trying to keep that spirit in mind. For me, these are the most exciting days of the year. That build up. As a kid, it's all about the moment the day comes. But as an adult, it's about that time before.
Yeah.
You know,
it's I don't know, it's cool.
If you can keep the spirit alive in your heart
and in your home.
Be
like, no, it's not. We still have a pumpkin sitting outside, and so we had a Christmas at the house to this just yesterday. So it was like a small Christmas because Alicia's sisters came here and her mom's here, so we haven't had her mom here ever for the holidays ever.
Wow.
In the 12, 13 years me and Alicia's been together, it's like her mom's never been around for the holidays.
Right.
So it was kind of cool to have her, and so we were all exchanging gifts yesterday. And it was just cool to see the kids all happy.
Yeah.
We did.
That's the thing is, in the end, that's what it's really all about. Is just that happiness because. Then it's over, and then you just sit around.
I I love to give gifts, and I like to see that the reaction.
Excitement. Yeah.
And then sometimes you get a gift, and you're like, oh, they're gonna love, and they're like, okay, like, man, what is this shit? And you're like, fuck.
My nephew, we got him a very pretty dress and a wig because he loves.
Is that Jack?
Yeah, he loves girls, but. I mean, we think,
yeah.
For a first grader, but he's really into Galinda from what's that movie?
From Wicked?
Yeah, Wicked. So he got the the dress and the wig from us, and at first it was like because we did the same thing yesterday. We did like the cousin's Christmas, and so he was one of the kids because we did like where you pull names so you don't buy for everybody.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And so we had him, and we put the things in the box, and he opens it, and he's like, he looks like he's not into it, and he's like, I'm gonna go put these in my room. We're like, all right. Like within the hour at most, he comes out with it all on, and he was in it all day. It was pretty cool.
He loved it, huh?
He loves it.
That's cool, man. Shit, fuck it.
I was a little bit gay when I was a kid. Hey,
you're into what you're into. You can't. No.
I had a girl cousin. I played some Barbies, and
I don't think any of us didn't do that. I think I played with Barbies here and there. I want to say Batman and Barbie had sex a few times.
Probably.
I was like, oh, yeah.
Probably.
Get over here.
The full-size Batman, the Barbie-size Batman?
It was probably just a little action figure one.
Yeah.
Get over here. Barbie.
The Barbie boobs never feel as good as you want them to,
Your titties feel so hard.
It's she definitely had a boob job. Definitely.
Barbies, yeah. I don't know. I've never liked the shape of Barbie.
They're too tall.
She's tall looking. And
I'm not into tall women,
I like my women thick. I need thick Barbie.
She's got her legs. I think they did the dimensions once, right? On like what a real woman would be like, and she was like 10 feet tall.
It was
like
all
38 pounds or something. It was pretty nuts.
So gross.
Yeah.
No, I think the holidays. I think we as adults put the pressure
Well, of course.
You're like, what do I get? Oh, I still got to do this. I still got to do this. Like I still.
We put the pressure on because we got a ton of stuff to do.
Yeah, and then I'm like, okay, did I get the kids what they want, or did I get one kid more than the next? That's always my worry. Did I get one of the kids more or cooler things than this other kid? But then it's like, sometimes the kids give us a list, so I'm just going off of what you gave.
Right.
You know? And so,
at the end of the day, you can kiss my ass, you know?
at the end of the day, they're only going to play with a few of the things.
I know.
And,
seriously.
Yeah. Here comes Otis. My dog came running down. Well, my daughter's dog. He's Otis.
At least he doesn't kick me in the nuts like Rex does.
Oh, my God. I knew he was going to go psycho, too. As soon as I was like, Tom's coming over, Rex is going to go crazy.
Yeah.
Because we had him like kind of kenneled up. Not kenneled, but we had him in the sunroom because he's not the greatest around kids. And so there's Keanu. He's probably maybe 2.5. And so Rex gets in their face and he'll lick them. And he likes to jump on people, so push them over.
Sure.
So it's like,
okay. It could be funny. Like, you know.
It's after a while, it's like, bro, can you stop jumping on me, though?
Yeah.
Right. He jumps on you a lot.
I get it. He jumps on me a lot. Yeah.
Fuck.
Yep. He was originally our rescue, and so he remembers being carried down the stairs.
He must be.
He must, because he goes nuts. Absolutely.
He only does that with you guys.
It's insane.
Like Alicia's sisters can't, they can't, he doesn't do that. He just, I mean, he's excited,
right?
But he doesn't like.
Oh man, it's for an hour. It's crazy.
Relax.
But we love him. He's a good boy.
No, it was nice though to do the whole Christmas. We did that. It was like left or right.
Okay.
Like father right, and then you pass a gift to the right. And Mary left, and then you pass the gift back, and so we're all in a circle, and you tell this.
No idea.
Yeah, it's like father left.
I get left and right.
Yeah, but the story.
Father right, would you?
It's this like 1-page story, and as you're telling it, they'll say left or right, and as they say that, you pass the gift left.
So it's not always like
right.
father or mother right.
No, but it's the right family they call it.
Oh. Father right said to mother left. Well, if you don't write it right, it just goes back and forth the whole time.
Luckily it gets around. But when we did it yesterday, it was funny because it must have just been the exact amount or something. It just happened to be
everybody got
what they started with.
Nice. I hope you like what you bought because it's yours.
So we just all bought random gifts and then we put them in a bag and then just like pass it out, right?
Gotcha.
And then so you just have that bag because I'm gonna get a different bag, but then by the time we were done, it all was the same.
Everyone's like, "Oh, my own bag."
Yeah, we all started with the same bag. It's like, oh yeah, well, fuck, that sucks. But nice. Whatever. But
yeah, we were. The plan was to clean all day, and then we went over to my cousin's, little house. She's living in our backyard, basically.
Yeah.
And
not literally in a backyard.
She's in a little house back there.
Yeah.
She brought up that there's like water on the bathroom floor, and I was like, oh, okay. And she wasn't sure where it was coming from. And
Figure it out.
Like, it seems like there's like when we run the sink or something, maybe, but it was coming up from between the floor planks.
Oh, that's
because it's
cool.
like a lock-in, like floating little, like that thin vinyl stuff.
David.
So I saw David today. I looked and I'm like, I can't tell anything because the entire vanity deal, whatever you call it, sink thing is completely sealed. Like you can't see anything anywhere in it. It's just
you'd have to like remove
inner
it.
cabinet with like a hole this big with the pipe coming out.
Oh damn!
But I was like, okay, but when the water's not running, the water's not coming out. So I'm like, it's not a pressurized water line.
Yeah,
it's got to be a drain line. And so I'm like, well, how would that be though? Why would it push up? Finally, long story short, turned out to be the toilet, which was a good thing. Well, because it was just the seal. It was, I believe, it was the seal around the bottom of the toilet.
Oh, okay.
It was leaking because he had it. I can't find my water tester, but he had one, and you just kind of follow it from the toilet.
You have like a water. You put it in a.
It's got two little prongs, and anything you touch, it beeps.
Just use a stick.
So,
the old school stick. You remember? You ever see that in cartoons where they hold a stick to find water?
No.
You know what I'm talking
Like the guys that hold the little rods for
Yeah.
ghost hunting.
Yeah, it's like a little stick. It's like it looks like a.
Does that make
stick
you
with the-
laugh when you see the guys with the little like rods?
Yeah.
What? Whoa.
Yeah.
You know, there's a ghost over here. I like it. I think it's cool.
Well, at least it was just that. It was just
I think
like
it was. So I got that fixed.
Just call.
And we just finished up. I just had to go get a new
Wax ring?
Wax ring, yeah. And get that put back on. It was like 20 minutes at most. Probably less than that.
One of the coolest ones that I've used. Oh, were you there when I
think
installed it?
so.
The waxless ring?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that one works really well.
Yeah.
I hope it hasn't been leaking. I don't see any water in the.
I know.
Anywhere.
You never know, but
12 years from now, I go sit on that damn toilet and fall through.
just go right through the
I land on the toilet
You
and
got
the
the
butt
floor
downstairs.
falls and you're just sitting on a big pipe. That'd be funny.
Right up the culo.
So funny to lose your house. Yeah, but anyway, so that was fun.
So you saw
I'm
David today, though?
Yeah, so he came over to
Nice.
help check it out and just figure out what the hell was going on.
Yeah, we drove by and I think I seen his truck. I thought I saw his truck, but I
Yeah,
wasn't sure.
yeah,
That's cool.
yep. So he helped kind of figure it out, and then the toilet thing was super easy. I mean, that was like it took more time to go to the store than it did to fix it.
Well, I mean, that's such easy
the
fixes.
cool thing though is he told me about gel. Have you used that stuff?
What is it?
There's a pack that you can buy there. So when you're moving your toilet, you know how, like water splashes everywhere. You pour this stuff in and it gels up.
Oh,
So the water stays a gel, and then you move the toilet and it doesn't leak and it doesn't like splosh everywhere.
what the hell?
And then you do your stuff, and then you put the toilet back on. You flush it a few times, and it kind of breaks it up,
Oh,
and it's gone. It worked amazing. I didn't get any water on the floor at all.
yeah. I hate when you do that. You like lift the toilet and a little turd flies out or something. No, I don't know. Like, oh,
man.
gross! It's in my mouth.
God, the most disgusting thing, I'm going to warn you guys, this is really gross. My father-in-law was working on a fifth wheel that Luis, my brother-in-law, was moving into. And it was like, purchased from some random person, right? Well, there was an issue with like the plumbing down below, the drainage system. And he was down under it. And I don't know what happened or how this ended up being the case, but it opened up on him while he was down there.
Gross.
And he got the black water, which is like
the
know.
sewage.
that's the poo poo water.
Oh, when was
On
that?
him. That was now it's probably like 4 or 5 years ago.
Oh,
it was
okay,
a while
okay.
ago.
It wasn't
but
like recent.
pretty gross. I was like, dude, I would have been.
You know,
done.
now I
At
have
that
health
point, I would have been
issues.
like, yeah, now I have syphilis, herpes.
I got all these.
I don't even know. What do you get from poop? I mean, you get a lot of bad stuff, I'm sure.
Staph. I think you can get staph infection.
Oh, I just like seriously when he told me about that, I'm like, bro, I would have been done. I would have said, fuck this. I would have burned it to the ground.
When we were doing fencing one time, I think we hit like a sewage line.
Yeah.
I didn't, but one of the guys broke. It was like a sewage pipe, but it wasn't very deep. So it was like an older house, and it was like the pipe was made of like concrete or some shit.
No,
One of those kinds.
it's
of
not
drainers.
concrete. It's
Asbestos.
what? Yeah, it actually was. It was what do they call it? They called it something. It was like a 40s ish house.
Oh yeah,
Was it kind of that era?
it could have been
Because during the
It
war,
was around here.
They
Obviously, it was
used
around here, but-
Duckburg or something. I forget what it was called.
That's
but it was
DuckTales.
the Duckburg. No, but it's something like that. It was something to do with ducks or something. And that's the piping was like made from other material because they were using all the steel and crap for the war.
But isn't that where they were from?
yeah,
Duckburg?
I think so. Duckburg. Yeah.
And
So maybe it's not Duckburg, but it's something Berg
Duckville.
or something piping. I only know this because my uncle had that stuff, and it like collapses over time,
Yeah.
and then you can't drain anything.
Yeah, I think it was an
yeah.
old line too, so we weren't like too concerned about it. But
That's good.
they told me a story one time that they hit a pipe once that they actually had to have the city come out and fix, but it was like gross because it was like splurting,
Which is weird. Like a pressurized sewer line.
something like that. This is what they were telling me. It just kept filling up and they couldn't.
Yuck.
That's disgusting.
Yuck.
I'm good. I'm
David's
glad
got some stories.
I'm sure.
David was talking about having to go down into a sewer that was like overflowing onto the streets of Vegas, and they had to just like.
Oh, I remember
that.
Yeah, that's
freaking gross, man. Just close your eyes and.
So me and some friends, when I was growing up in Vegas, we used to go, like where I lived in Henderson, there was desert all around us.
Mm-hmm.
And so we'd always go to the desert and go, try to catch lizards and do all this shit. Well,
Sure.
there was a manhole cover like out there. It wasn't super far out in the desert.
Yeah,
It
but
but it was out there, right?
Like they were planning on eventually building. Out
Yeah,
there
so they already had like a manhole cover. It was already part of the city's whatever
Sewage
water.
system or whatever.
Well, we were young kids, and we're like, oh, let's fucking take this lid off. And so
climb down there.
we did, and we took the lid off. It was I just remember it was like the heaviest thing on earth.
Yeah, isn't it like an inch?
Oh, it's
thick
it's
of, like,
super thick. It's
steel?
probably at 75 pounds.
Yeah.
Even today, it's still probably fucking heavy as shit.
Yeah.
But somehow we managed to we found like a piece of rebar or something, and we put it in because there's like a hole there, and so we were able to get it off.
Nice leverage. You guys are smart. You're a little physicist.
Yeah. So
That's good.
But I remember when we lifted it, there was hella roaches
Yuck.
in there, and so we climbed down and.
Okay, I would have seen erosion, but no.
Yeah,
I would have
well,
been done.
we were kind of done, but like we were like, oh, let's climb down, because then there was like you could see the water going, and so you can climb down there, and so we climbed down there to check it out. And it was,
Yeah,
it
and
was
then
pretty cool.
it came after you.
Well, so over there in Vegas too, they have storm drains because they get a lot of flash floods, right? So they have those big, huge ones like you've seen in like Terminator.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yep.
And so on my way to school, there was one there, and so we'd walk down that all the time. And then there was a part where there's the road, and you can go underneath, and we'd go in. We'd be under, like basically underground in the sewage area.
Right.
And I remember we'd be able to like look like Pennywise through the fucking gutter.
Did you ever do that to anybody? You're like, hi, Georgie.
No, I don't know,
want
maybe.
your boat?
But we'd see kids walking by, and we'd be just looking like fucking creeps.
Creepy.
And now when I think about it, how creepy would that be to fucking, as you're walking, you just see these eyes.
Yeah,
You're like,
right.
Bro, what the?
Hi there.
Come here, let's go. Come down here.
We all float down here.
Just scare people. That'd be fun.
Fucking creep living in the fucking sewer.
That is pretty like terrifying, really.
But yeah, that was cool, man.
There's a lot of homeless people that live in the sewers there now.
Oh,
But,
they
you
can only
know-
live it for a certain amount of time
What
before
a
they get.
I know that's the thing. Like bad place to be when the storm comes. Like
Oh, it's raining. Oh,
torrential.
let's go.
Yeah, it's like a tidal wave through there.
Dude, I remember some of the like flash floods that would happen. It was cool.
I'll bet.
It was, as a kid, we're like
Dry riverbed. All of a sudden, it's full.
Yeah, me and my cousins, we at his house one time. It was the streets was they were pretty flooded, so I think the water was a little higher than the actual gutter, and so we were out there swimming in the water as kids.
Nice.
I ended up,
city finally put in a swimming pool.
I ended up getting ringworm. I want to say from
Oh.
it.
Yeah.
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 Good old
And
days.
syphilis and herpes and all the fun things that come from shit water.
Yeah, it was just rainwater. So it was like,
Yeah, I mean, like
playing
you
in the
know,
water, probably in our diapers or something.
nothing better than the soggy, falling apart diaper.
Dude, why are diapers like when the kids wear diapers and they're super like full? It's just like the soggiest thing.
Yeah.
They're
yeah.
fucking.
Well, they have
That kid's got some
that
nuts
gel
on
pack
it.
stuff. The stuff that I threw in the toilet is what
Is
the
in-
diapers are full of.
No, it is.
And when they rip, or like the cheap diapers.
I think we had a couple dogs. I don't know if I think it was Beans in that when we had Beans. I remember they got a hold of I think JJ's diaper or one of the kids' diapers that Alicia used to babysit. But yeah, that stuff would be all
Yeah, it's so gross.
gel like. Yeah, it was gross, man.
Yeah, you're like, God, why would you eat that, you stupid dog?
Oh, that's Rex, man. That
Yeah.
dude eats his own blanket. He's been eating his own blanket.
Come on, man.
Like he went and vomited the other day, and Cheeky found like parts of the blanket in the vomit. I'm like, dude,
You had
we
to
already
get
spent money.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna say you had to get stomach surgery once for this, so
I don't know.
they just don't learn. They don't learn.
Damn dumb dogs.
Oh, it's like,
Oh,
you know.
speaking of Christmas, though, look at our Christmas sweaters.
Yeah,
This is the one I wore to Alicia's works party.
This is the one I always wear to work, although I didn't wear it this year.
I have one just
little
like that one.
Grinch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I have a Grinch one. It's
Grinch.
cool.
You know, I barely watched any Christmas movies this year. my favorite movies, because we were going to watch them with Danielle since she's living with us. And then she's been busy all the time or been sick or been, it's like.
Everyone's been sick lately.
It's been bad, yeah.
Yeah.
I can't breathe when I'm going to the gym and working out. I was in the green zone almost the entirety of the time yesterday. I was like feeling it. I was feeling like I shouldn't have been in the green zone, but I'm just like, I'm running and it's like I just can't get air in.
Are you clogged up?
Kind of.
Like
I'm
stuffy?
like coughing, like it's
Yeah.
gross, but my lungs, I'm getting stuff out of my lungs. So I just don't, I think I've got mucus stuff,
We were.
So I can't breathe. I'm dying.
I know. We did a run yesterday. It's the cable bridge run here. Yeah, that was actually really cool. I was gonna try to keep up with Mark, but that shit wasn't happening.
Yeah.
I was like, it's so weird because on the treadmills, man, I feel like I'm fucking.
It's very
just the greatest
different
runner on
without
earth.
that, like the cushion that they
The cushion,
provide,
the speed kind of helps me keep my
Yeah.
legs going.
Right.
So then when you're on the road, your legs are you got to.
That's a good point,
Figure it out
actually. Because
yourself.
one leg actually just kind of rides the tread, so it does some of the work for you. You're right.
Yeah, it does that, but
Whereas
like
you have to like lift off.
Yeah, well, what I'm trying to get at is like your speed, right?
Yeah.
You set it to like 10. You have to make sure you go that fast. And
Right.
you can do it. But when you're on the road,
It's hard to gauge.
you have to. Yeah, you don't know how fast you're going or if you're going too
True.
fast.
True.
So yesterday I was like, it was tough, but I finished around the time I thought I would. So
Nice.
I was proud of myself.
Nice.
I was only about 3 minutes behind Mark, which was not as bad as I thought. But I
Congrats.
was fucking I wore a beanie and that thing was drenched by the time I was done.
I wouldn't be able to wear a beanie. I sweat too much, man.
Dude, I sweat the most.
The
I
thing
swear.
that I was telling everybody yesterday, the thing that drives me nuts is like I need like extra long shirts to work out because I go whenever they do like lift over your head stuff, and my shirt lifts over my stomach and just sticks here.
Yeah.
And I'm just like standing there with my belly hanging out. It is the most ridiculous thing. It pisses me off. Yesterday, my shirt, it was horrible. I felt like Baby Huey or whatever, like just down there, like
Just your gut, your belly
there's
button
like
out.
all these gals around. You're like, I know,
I know.
freaking stupid.
Girls always make it look like they always look nice when they're exercising.
yeah, they get the tight pants and the like flowy shirts. We get freaking fat guy T-shirt.
Yeah, my shirt's like I was at the gym because I was in Salem last week for work, and I was at the gym and I got pretty like I had a pretty good workout one of the days, and my shirt the same thing. It's just like
Just like
sucked
sticking
to me.
you. Yeah.
Like, oh, gross.
And I'm fine
trying to
up
like
here. It's
do
more
this.
down here that. Yeah, I know.
trying to like push it down.
Well, and it's just like more like, it just, I don't know. It's when you got to lift up, and then the shirt comes up, and then you're sweaty, so it's sticky, so then it doesn't go back down, and you're like, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, come on, like trying
it.
to, yeah, man, and it's like whatever.
I'm like, fuck it.
whatever, doesn't
But
matter.
I don't know. I'm just ready for Christmas to be done with.
You want it over?
No.
Are you not in the mood?
No, I am. It's just the stressful part is the part I'm just ready for.
I got you.
And everything's like, messy in the house. So I'm always like, our room looks like a fucking just tornado
I
went
get
through
it.
that bitch.
Our entire house looks like that.
I don't know. I'm looking
There's
forward
a
to
lot
guys'
to
party
do.
though.
Yeah,
I'm not
I
gonna-
enjoy doing the
I
Christmas
am not
party.
drinking that day, just because I don't want any.
Gonna be smart.
Don't want any accidental
Shenanigans.
craziness from last couple years back. But like I drank yesterday.
Yeah.
Passed out in the fucking bathroom.
Nice.
See, I got kind of drunk, but I was like normal. I was just
Wait, was that the last time that we did the podcast?
no. This was yesterday
Oh,
that I drank.
nice.
We were playing me, Cheeky, Eli, and it was Sadia and her boyfriend Leo. We were playing like That's What She Said game.
Oh, okay.
So me and him were just having some drinks, and I ended up passing out in the toilet.
Hey, it happens.
Alicia shows me a picture. She would piss me off. I'm gonna send this to everyone. I'm like, whatever. I don't care.
Man,
They want to see me with my ass out. I mean, that's on them.
I stayed up till like 3 cleaning the kitchen last night. That was fun. I did everything. I sprayed all the cabinets and like scrubbed them down. And
Oh shit. Yeah. See,
All
when
that
I drink, I
stuff.
still clean though. I clean the
Yeah.
kitchen. yesterday. So
Nice.
you know, you can't get too mad at me.
Yeah.
The wife can't be too mad.
You're
I
a
cleaned the
helpful drunk.
kitchen. Yeah, I'm helpful. I got
You need to give your dad a drink. He's just sitting there. You need to get him cleaning.
But I always clean the kitchen. That's like I don't know. I like to clean the kitchen.
Yeah.
I have to.
Yeah.
Like right now, the kitchen looks crazy, and this morning it was like spotless.
So you're gonna clean it.
If it's not clean, which I highly doubt, yeah, I'll probably clean it.
See, I'm gonna have to re-clean because I gotta bake stuff too, like the Chex Mix and stuff like that.
I'm just excited because we get out early on Christmas Eve, but just not an hour. Before we'd get like an hour.
They actually are letting you off like real
Noon.
early. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
What made that change?
I don't know. I'm not going to ask. They're going to end up changing it back. Well, because they're going to give us an option now this coming year to either have because we don't get Veterans Day or Memorial Day. No, we get Memorial Day. There's Veterans Day. There's another holiday that like the Juneteenth and stuff. We don't get those days off, right? And so now they're going to give you an option like, okay, well, if you ask for this day off, you can't get this day off. Kind of stupid. Something
You
stupid.
basically choose your holiday.
Kind of, but it's dumb because they're doing it because we don't get the day after Christmas off, which we don't anyway. Like I have to go back to work the next day, which sucks. And Tyler, my boss, he was like, "Hey, did you take any time off?" I'm like, "No, I mean, not really, because I'm working in Toppenish next week." And I'm like, "No." He's like, "Well, man, you're crazy. You should have took some. You need to take some time off, man. You got a lot of PTO." And I was like,
No, I want you guys to pay me out.
"Yeah, well,
Will they pay you out?
oh yeah, they have to.
Nice.
That's my earned time. It's gonna be a lot of hours. It's gonna be a nice little hefty check I'd need for the next.
Yeah, very cool.
Hopefully, it'll tie me over until I get that new
Just get
job
started. Yeah.
See, switching gears. So, I got a new job. Well, they finally like accepted.
Confirmed it or whatever.
Yeah, they actually like, hey, this is your start date. Your background check came back. Like everything was good.
Cool, man.
And it was because I emailed them just saying.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I emailed them and I said, hey, is there anything you need from me? I know this is done. I go, you guys asked for the UA. I already did that. I just want to make sure there's nothing like I'm missing. And then me doing that, it was more me being like impatient.
Please tell me something.
Yeah, because I was like, bruh, I already know this. Because the background check people will come out. They send you an email. Oh, it's done. Whatever. They send a letter, which is a terrifying read. When I read it, I was like, so did they find something wrong? It sounds like I'm a fucking criminal. Like the criminal investigation has concluded. And I
We
was like,
found
what?
the body. You are not hired. And
It's the wrong barber.
You're going to prison.
It's the wrong Jesse Barber,
Yeah,
I swear.
Oh, you think I'm that one movie where the barber kills people? No.
That's Todd Sweeney.
That's my last name, Todd Sweeney. Isn't that a musician? Sweeney Todd.
Sweeney Todd, there you go,
right? Todd Sweeney. My name's Todd Sweeney.
No, wasn't that a Johnny Depp movie?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He was like a
Yeah, he was
barber.
the barber.
Yeah,
He was
he murdered people. I never watched
barbarian
it.
barber. I didn't really either. It's a musical.
It's a musical.
so,
No thanks. But yeah, so so I got a call like literally, I don't know, 15 minutes afterwards, 30 minutes, something crazy like that. And they're like, oh yeah, we were sick, blah, 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 whatever.
Yeah.
And so they were going to have
Sorry.
me start the 6th. And I was like, I need to give my job a little more notice. And they're like, well, the 20th. I'm like, oh, okay. I think that can work. I might try to push it to February. Like the beginning of February, just so
Yeah,
I could,
you're saying that just give
because I
yourself a
know the
little bit of
holidays
time.
is kind of crazy right now,
Yeah.
so it's not like
You want some relaxing time to kind of get
Maybe.
ready for the change.
maybe I know Blanca suggested I should do like a week in between, like just have that week to myself, which I like that idea. But I'm also very, well, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. Oh,
Yeah.
I could probably use that so I can fucking build this studio actually.
There you go.
But the thing is, now that it's real, like I'm actually, I think this is normal with life too. It's like, it's real and it's setting in that holy shit, this is a change. This new chapter in my life's coming. Like,
Yeah, right.
I
It's
see
not a
the
maybe,
page.
it's a for sure.
I see the end of chapter 37. Right. I see it, and chapter 38 is about to hit, and I don't know what's there. I don't know what's gonna happen now.
And it's been a while since you felt that.
Oh yeah, and so like then I think this might be a normal thing, but you start second guessing. Like,
Oh,
am I making the right move?
It's normal. You have fear of like the unknown.
Yeah, I'm like,
And
so I was like, am I making the right choice? Is this the right money move for my family? So all these questions started like creeping in the last, I don't know, since that day actually. Now that it's set, like, oh fuck, like this is happening.
So,
But now I'm like, damn, but I got a lot of freedom here.
yeah,
I get mileage and shit when I get to go out of town, and I'm like, fuck.
this is true. But were you happy?
And that's the fucked up thing is I'm happier now the way I'm doing stuff for work, right?
Right.
But at the same
But
time,
ultimately, you still had concerns.
yeah, and at the same time, I know growth wise, I'm bored at my job.
Okay.
Like sitting at home, like there's days where it's just like fucking boring as shit. I need to be out. I need to be out of the house.
I gotcha.
I can't be home, and it's not because I hate my house or my kids or anything crazy. It's just I'm not a homebody.
I hear you.
And so I got to be out with the people. So when I go out of town or I go and help my techs, that's where I feel really good. And I've been doing that a lot more. And I don't know, that part of my job's been really happy. But now I'm like, I got to tell my team I'm leaving. I'm going to be actually legit sad to tell them.
Right.
Like, hey,
You've worked with a lot of them for quite a while.
yeah, most of them I've hired most of my team really. At least, God, I want to say more than half. I probably hired him. I got 9. So yeah, because Alfonso, he's been there longer than anybody, but he was already there. He was already a tech. He's the one who trained me.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
It'll be good. I read a book by George W. Bush about decisions. And his point was, once you made a decision, don't second guess yourself. Just keep going. No matter how bad the decision it was, you just double down and you keep making the decision.
I mean, that's kind of true, though,
I
right?
think it's called Decision Points, the name of the book. And you decided.
Who decided that name?
Decision.
This is a good name.
We're going to call it Decision Points. Decision made. It's done. My favorite George W. Bush is him in the Oval Office, ready to do a speech, and he's blinking. We're ready. Okay, America. We were viciously attacked by Al Qaeda.
My favorite.
I miss the good old days.
My favorite impersonator was Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell was
I think
great.
He's underrated as a George
Oh
W.
my
Bush.
God! When he did that whole stand-up series as Bush, you remember that?
Yeah.
And he had the dancer as Condoleezza Rice, and she came in and they were like dancing together, all like sexually. That was pretty funny.
I don't know. He was probably one of the funniest.
There was one SNL skit where they brought Dana Carvey back as George Sr. and Will Ferrell. I think it might have been the first time he played George W. Bush, and they're out hunting together. And he's like talking about all the stuff he wants to do as president. And Dana Carvey's like shoots, and he goes, "Did you get it, Dad?" He's like, "I don't know, son. Why don't you go take a look?" And he's like, "All right." He runs up there, and Dana Carvey raises his rifle. Like, "Can't do it." It was funny.
Didn't he do Ross Perot?
I think so. I think so. Yeah.
I vaguely remember
He
Ross
did.
Perot.
I mean, he did a lot of funny. He does a pretty good Biden.
I haven't seen the Biden.
Yeah, he does. He's done I saw it a long time ago. He just recently started doing it on SNL during like the end of the campaign stuff. But he does.
Does he still come out on SNL now?
He's been there a lot right now, just for the Joe Biden piece.
Oh, Dana
I don't know
Carvey?
if he's. Yeah, I don't know if he's
that's cool.
still coming on, but like probably that last month of the campaign, they kept doing segments with all like the political people. And he was Joe Biden, and it was always like, "Come on, I'm serious. No, it's for real, man. Come on. No, and another thing." And like he just does like the same little catchphrases that Biden always says, and it's pretty funny.
Yeah, fucking Biden. That guy's crazy. It's funny when you have a funny character like president. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Trump or
Obama
Biden.
really wasn't funny.
No.
Like, Obama was like intelligent.
He was-
It was kind of hard. Like I don't remember there ever being like a really good Obama impersonator.
One
He
of
just
the
says, like, a
Key and
voice.
Peele guys did a pretty good Obama
yeah,
one.
but they had to do it. They couldn't just do him. Couldn't do a spoof of him. They had to make it like the ghetto, right? Like, didn't they do the skit where it was like him talking?
He's.
and then he does like what he wants to say or something, or
Well,
like.
they probably had one, but he did a good impersonation.
Did
of
they
it.
do an impersonation
Yeah,
too?
but he would dab up people. Hey, what's up, guys? And he'd-
I mean, it's just
Nice to-
like
hey.
he was a different
Yeah.
kind of. He was like an intelligent person.
He was like a normal. He's what you picture a president to be.
Yeah,
like.
he was presidential. We haven't. I mean,
We haven't really had one
and
like
honestly,
that.
I think Joe Biden is a presidential person. He's just very old. And
he didn't even feel like it to me.
Well, that's because he's old.
Obama-
he doesn't talk.
Obama was the first one for me. Like, there hasn't been one like him
no,
since.
and I don't think there's been one since Clinton like him.
yeah.
I mean, those guys were probably the two that were the most like oratory.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
George W. Bush was inherently funny.
Yeah, he was funny.
Trump is inherently funny. Biden's inherently funny. You know,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it's just like there's a lot of funny,
When you-
it's kind of a breath of fresh air to have some humor in something that's not.
I want
always
I want a
so funny.
president who's won like a speech and debate tournament kind of guy. You know what I mean?
Right. You know.
Really good talker.
Yeah, I want freaking Pete Buttigieg.
Oh, booty beat.
I want Bernie Sanders. I'm gonna go nutso. I want Bernie Sanders. Just tear it all down. You know?
I wonder how he'd be. He'll be if, even
Bernie's cool, man.
if he'll be hello. He's got that accent.
He's never.
too.
He's not gonna run.
No,
he won't run again. He's too old. But no, like I seriously, the more and more stuff's going on, I'm just like, man, I want to just make the billionaires pay and us not have to pay so much. You know,
If only.
it's not gonna happen. But
If only.
if I had my Christmas wish,
Right.
just the
Wish
billionaires.
upon a star.
Let the millionaires hang out. But the billionaires, man, that top 1%, that top like fraction of 1%,
For reals.
let them pay for our Christmas presents, you know?
Yep. Hey,
Yeah.
so did you get Blanca anything for Christmas yet?
Nope, we haven't. We're not doing each other. We've bought things for each other like up to this point.
Yeah.
So we're not doing any surprises or anything. So
Yeah. I always say that.
well,
But I end up doing it anyway.
she's very difficult to buy for. She has very particular taste, and usually she's bought everything she wants anyway. So it's
You know,
like I either go out and I just buy some stupid thing that doesn't matter, or we
That's-
just let each other buy whatever we want. And
That's how it is though when you get in like that like a relationship. It's like you know, I don't know, you throughout the whole year you're always just, you know, maybe getting her something or they're getting you something or whatever, and then by the time Christmas comes or some kind of stupid fucking holiday, you're like, I don't know what the fuck to get you.
right,
Like I've already got you like everything
right,
and you don't use none of it.
right. Like,
That's-
oh, I'm gonna get you like the perfume thing that they got on the stand. You're not gonna want that.
Yeah, I got
The
Alicia,
normal thing
I got Alicia that thing for scrapbooking.
that's behind the chairs.
Yeah, never once. It took me days to get that thing
Yeah.
together,
She
and
hasn't
it was a
used
good.
it?
It was a good gift, though. I was pretty proud of myself.
yeah, that's good.
No, she's never used it. But to her, to her concern or whatever, to her whatever, she doesn't really have a place yet to kind of have her own. So that's why I want to like build this room, get it all like, you know, ready for our podcast. But then after I do that, I want to get the garage. That's where I want to move in this permanently into the garage area.
Yeah.
But I'll also need to make sure that bitch stays warm. Because the garage can be really cold or it's going to be
Really hot?
really hot. Summertime, bro, can you imagine us in the summer? We'd be sweating.
No, I don't handle the heat well. This sweatshirt
We'll be
is
dripping.
pretty much as I can handle.
What's up, Eli?
So, yeah.
It's Eli. He's been on the show a few times. Are you leaving? Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
okay. I'll give you a hug here in a sec. No, like I said, Alicia's sisters are here. Chris and so they're leaving.
Just getting ready to hit the road.
Yeah, so her mom.
What time are we at?
We're at 30, 40 minutes. 30.
Oh, we can roll into the question.
We could.
Then you can get up there and say.
It don't matter.
goodbyes
What
and stuff.
did you have anything else?
Not really. I mean, this is Christmas time, man.
We're just rambling, bruh.
Yeah, I don't need to talk more about billionaires, man.
Yeah,
That's,
fuck
people don't wanna
billionaires.
hear that.
Fuck Joe Biden. Fuck Trump.
man.
My Niners are out of the playoffs. Fuck the Niners.
They're
I'm
out?
just kidding. Yeah, we're officially out of the playoffs
Oh,
because the Rams won. So,
gotcha.
but it's all right.
I
It's
haven't
my
watched
team.
any football this year.
I
Really, it's been. I don't know. Some years I'm like really into it, and some years I
The
just
Seahawks been doing all right.
I
doing
couldn't
all right.
tell you. They're probably not in the playoffs, though.
They're in the hunt. Yeah,
Are they? Wow. Okay.
yeah, they're right there. Bye. I'll be up there right now.
Yeah. Winter
All right.
break. Winter
Yeah.
break's upon
Yeah, all
us.
the kids are out and playing. I know JJ's been asking about Elliot.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah.
So the question of the week.
yeah.
What was it?
You found a pretty good one. How do you handle differences in opinion when raising kids? So, I mean that could be a real tough one.
I think that's when me and Alicia were first kind of getting the parenting thing down. Like for me, it was hard because it's like even now, actually, sometimes the kids will act a certain way, and I might not agree with it, and so like I'll say something, but then she's like, "I got it." Like I'm like, I know, but like I feel like you're being disrespected. So like to me, that's
Right.
not okay.
Right.
So it's like there's always has to be this like open line of communication. I feel
Right.
like when you
Yeah,
when you handle that.
honestly, like the answer to most of these questions boils down to communication.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think
But what if you don't agree with the parent? You know what I mean?
so. That's the biggest thing is like parenting is one of those like core value areas where you can't be too far off from each other,
yeah.
or else like man, it's gonna be really bad.
Like I like to beat my kids,
Right,
but she doesn't. Like what the fuck?
I kick him with my feet. I kick him really
hang him in the
hard.
closet, like,
and she
weird.
says I can't do that, and I don't like it.
That's bullshit.
So yeah, I think like Blanca and I definitely have different opinions and strategies, I guess. But over time, I think
They
it does.
left? Oh, okay.
They're leaving.
Never mind.
She's leaving too.
No, Cheeky's not.
Oh, she acted like
She's
she
going in
was.
her room.
Bye.
She just said bye.
Anyway, like there are. I guess what I would say is, really establish that in the moment, in the heat of the moment, things are going to be said or handled probably
Yeah.
not well. If you're disagreeing about how to approach the kids, because you're going to be probably hot from the situation going on with the kids to start. You're going to come into it with that. Someone's going to shut you down or make you upset. You're probably not going to handle that well.
No.
So there needs to be time to decompress and to work through that and to come back in a calm position.
Like I'm.
And over time, over time, learning each other and working with each other, get to that place where you're at least a little more in sync with the way you do things together.
Yeah.
But also, like, I have an example. So to me, I like to put things in a certain place so that I know where they are.
Yeah. My wallet's always here.
Yeah,
whatever.
like I'm not perfect. I do misplace things, like keys
Oh,
get misplaced
I'm terrible.
sometimes. But it drives me nuts when the remote's lost. It drives me nuts
Oh.
when certain things are lost because there's just no reason for it. If you just put it in a certain spot, you'll never lose it.
Especially
Those
the remote.
easy
It's like
things.
it's in one location. You're in the
Right.
living room.
Right. So like Elena lost her little armband, right? She claimed it was in my car.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it wasn't. It
Oh,
was
that's what
nowhere
Blanca
in my
told me.
car.
That's what she told me. Yeah.
So it ended up being in her bedroom. Blanca found it in like 2 minutes.
Of
but
course.
kids.
They can't look for shit.
So it was lost. You rented it one time for her. Like we rented it a few times for her. Like we're paying extra money for this thing.
It's $10 or $5 or
And
something like that.
I brought up the point. Let's just put them in one spot because I always hang mine on a little hook when I
Yeah.
get home, and it's always in the same spot. I'm like, why don't we all just put it in one spot and then this doesn't happen? But of course, I'm not like calm about it. I'm angry about it. And like, if we think ahead, this will never happen. Well,
Like
that
a
didn't
smart
go
ass
well.
about it.
So she got mad, and it was like one of those mama bear kind of things, or like she was at me. And then I was like pissed because I'm like, well, I'm right. Like,
Yeah.
you know, this shouldn't have happened in the first place. It's really easy. Like, we can keep playing this game and losing stuff, or we can just do this. Anyway, long story short, it turned out that her point to me was, I felt like you were talking to me because I am also disorganized. I don't put things back. I'm like, kind of was, but you know,
Yeah.
but you know, but I got that. I'm like, no, I'm not trying to make anybody feel bad. It's you know, to me, it's just like, that's the solution. It's like,
There's an easy solution.
the problem is we can't find stuff. The solution is put things in a certain spot.
Yeah.
And it was funny because then after like the air cleared and she and I were okay, guess what she told Elena? You need to start putting your thing in this spot where Tom does, because then when we leave, it's just right there. So
Yeah,
it's like, all right, you got to give it time and space to kind of air out.
for sure.
And yeah, if you just get to the point where you're just nitpicking each other all the time, or like you start hating each other because of these differences, then
There's a real problem
you
there.
either need to get therapy or decide that you're not close enough aligned in life's ways.
Maybe
and
it's time to
processes.
separate.
You know, because
Sometimes.
that's a hard one. Like those core value things, that's where you really have to be dedicated to work those things out and to change, or to walk away. Like there's really no in between on those.
Yeah, it really is. It's like I remember I grew up getting like spankings and stuff,
Yeah.
whatever, and so I always thought in my mind that I would do that.
Sure.
Right? But then as I've gotten, you know, have had kids and stuff, I was like, oh, I couldn't do that. And I know if I say I was into whooping the kids, Alicia is definitely not into that. So if I was gonna spank JJ or do any of that, oh God, she would try to fuck me up. She'd be that'd be that one of those core values where it's like,
Right.
well, no, I think a kid needs to get you know, the hand, and sometimes, and you know, be like, no, you don't need to do that. You know, you don't need to hit my kid. You don't need to do that.
Yeah.
I think that would always
Moms tend
insinuate
to
a fight.
have a very emotional reaction to their children, and but
even
they can do the thing that, like, if mom decides that she should spank him,
Hey, guess what happens when you point it out?
yeah,
You get in
doesn't go
trouble.
well. Sorry.
Oh,
brothers.
are you yelling at my boy like that? You better not.
But then she yells, and you're like, "Are you yelling?" And she's like, "Damn right I am. You want to step up?"
You're like,
fuck
no,
you. And
I
you're
don't.
like, whoa.
I'm gonna leave this one alone.
Yeah, it's not really fair, but whatever. Anyway, the point is,
I know. Isn't that
just
crazy though?
accept you're not going to win and move on.
That is crazy though. That's
But
how it is.
I know, and it makes me angry.
So the good thing is like me and Alicia have that in common, where we both, you know, we're not gonna, you know, hit our kids or anything like
You know,
that.
we didn't have to spank Elliot for very long. Like,
Well, I've, you know, like I think the most I've ever done, and I've done this to JJ, and I even told Elena I had done this, but I would slap their hands if they were doing something like they kept grabbing something. I remember Elena kept grabbing this thing in the store. I was like, hey, you need to knock it off, like, or I'm gonna
he can swat you.
hit those hands, girl. And so she did it again, and then I just, and it was like I was nervous, so I did it, not hard, but enough where she like got shocked. She kind of cried, but then it was like
Yeah.
like, and then I felt like shit afterwards. Obviously,
Well, you always
I'm like,
feel
fuck,
bad,
what a
but it doesn't make it the wrong thing. Like,
No.
I used to be so against spanking because I'm like, oh, the experts say it's not necessary. I've changed my tune.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not for beating.
See, I'm not
children.
against it either.
But I think, you know, on the butt, it's more just their emotions of like, my dad hit my butt, you know, or whatever. Like with Elliot, there were only a few times I had to do it. And it was when he was younger, when he started being disrespectful with his behavior. And it wasn't anything crazy. It was just that point where he decided he wasn't going to listen. And in his case, you know, he's a pretty sweet kid. So I rarely ever had to do that. Usually it could be handled in many other ways. But there were times where it was like, you've been very disrespectful and now you're not listening, or you're like, you're slapping me in the face.
oh yeah, I know.
So
no.
as much as some people would say, well, teaching them that you hit and so that, like, but there is something when you spank them and I realize it hurts, and you say that's why we don't hit each other,
Yeah.
and you can do it in a way that's loving. Anyway,
No,
so I had to do that, and then when Elliot started at work with me, there were some times when he was in like kindergarten, and I got it because he had a long day, but so had I. And he would be a little brat sometimes and like throw a fit and be like downright embarrassing as we're trying to leave. He got some whoopings for that.
Oh yeah.
But it's the funny thing is though, like when you handle it when they're tiny and you don't have to do very much.
Yeah.
Like where that is enough to stop it.
Yeah.
Then when they're older, you don't have to do hardly any of it because they have that respect, that inherent respect for you.
Yeah.
And they know limits.
Yeah, I got spanked up until I was, God, I want to say the last spanking I can remember, I was like 16.
Yeah.
And that's because I laughed at my brother for he got whooping, and I never laughed.
You
I was
thought
like,
it
you
was
think
funny.
that's funny? Get
over here.
And then
Yeah.
she spanks me in the butt, and I'm laughing like, Mom, what are you doing?
You're turning me on, Mom.
Stop. I've always wondered why.
Did you ever say, stop it?
Oh my God, girl. Only my girl gets to spank me like that. Would
got
you be
this
against
weird
being
thing.
spanking? If your wife
Yeah,
wanted to
it's a
spank
little
you?
weird to me.
No, if your
I-
wife wanted to spank you.
I mean, she can do it if she wants to,
Like,
but
come here, baby.
it would make me feel weird. It would make me feel weird.
What if she grabs your booty cheeks?
No, that happens. So, whatever, that happens. But now getting like spanked, like it's gonna be sexy. Like I don't know. That's not a turn on for me.
No,
It'd
that'd be weird, huh?
You know, like it's like
No,
it's
no.
fine. Like you want to spank me, okay, go ahead.
You're
But it's like it's not gonna do
full
anything
on.
for
She's
me.
like
you know?
legit trying to hurt you and shit. Like,
It's just beating the hell out of me. Now I'm getting turned on.
don't stop. You better draw blood.
But well, we're re-watching Dexter because the new Dexter's coming out or has come out.
I was like, I think it's out.
Yeah, we've been watching that, but we were watching like the original Dexter series, and it's funny because we've forgotten a lot of it.
Yeah.
You know, because like we haven't watched it in like 10 years. So then in season 2, Dexter's sister starts dating this older guy. And there's a scene where they're like cooking together and he like swats her on the butt and stuff and is like being very like dad kind of like dominant, and she's liking it, and we're like, this is weird. I don't know.
Hey,
I'm not
daddy.
into that like that daddy daughter scenario shit, you know? Like I don't know.
Daddy daughter's weird.
The daddy issue stuff.
Daddy daughter's weird, but daddy, like, I don't know what's the other one. They'll be like a baby girl, or like remember that guy from the
Yeah.
Office 365, whatever that 365.
The Microsoft.
Baby girl.
That Microsoft.
Like, because I think like Bucket, his wife, she calls him daddy. Like,
That's
but,
fine. I mean, I'm
but
not saying like,
you
yeah, it's just like when there's that
know.
dynamic.
He goes, no, I think she calls him dad. I'm like, she doesn't call him dad.
Either way, like that's almost worse. Like
Dad's worse than
hello,
daddy.
dad. Like,
Hey, dad. No, daddy. I
I
get.
hate you. I'm going to my room. like
Daddy. I'd be okay with that
daddy's
one.
like, I get that there's like a sexual side to that. No, I'm not talking shit about anybody. Like
no,
whatever,
but I think dad would be funnier.
in this case, like I don't think they have like a father-daughter relationship.
Yeah.
This scenario was very much in this
Like that.
episode. Like you felt like she was looking for a father figure.
That's weird though.
You know,
When
and it's
that,
like that's the kind of dynamic where I'm like, I don't think I'd ever be comfortable with that.
Yeah,
where
that'd
it's
be
like
weird.
you're looking at me as like this older man that's like your dad, and you're getting
Hold
turned on
me.
by that. I'm like, okay, this is a little
Mama.
messed. Yeah, mommy. I want that
That's-
relationship.
That's another weird one for me. To each their own. Is the
know.
one when the lady wants to like breastfeed a grown man to act like she's breastfeeding him. You remember like in Homelander? Where he's-
Oh yeah, yeah,
so
yeah.
it's like in that scenario. Where
Is
they,
that
like,
real? Or
That's
is
a
that
real
just
thing.
in that
No,
show?
that's-
'Cause,
there's
I
a
mean, why am I asking the question? Of course, it's a real thing.
If you can think it, it's probably real.
But that takes 2 nut jobs to come together, That's like
That's
like the perfect storm. You've got
Yeah, I
a
mean-
woman who wants to do it
Wait,
and a
wait,
guy that wants to do it.
Are you telling me you like being breastfed?
Yeah.
He's like, well,
Can you
yeah,
imagine what it would
because I love
taste
to
like?
breastfeed, and you're like, oh
Yeah.
shit,
I want my
love
boobs
you.
to stay big and you want to drink milk. So let's make this happen.
Well,
I could not
we-
taste very good, right?
Well, no,
It'd be
I-
warm.
No, I don't think it's just the milk part. I don't think it's a milk thing. I think the action.
I get sucking on a boob.
Well, no,
but I don't get drinking from
No. So they're doing it like
Like-
they're breastfeeding, but they don't have milk coming out. You know what I'm saying?
There's no milk.
No.
I thought the whole point was they were actually drinking the milk.
There's probably some like that, but I think some of it's where they're just
Well, wasn't he drinking her milk? Like
in that one. But I'm
Okay.
saying there's the ones where people just are doing the action as if she actually has breast milk or whatever. You know, she's feeding a baby. She's acting like she's feeding him. But there's nothing coming
like
out.
the people that dress like babies and sleep in big cribs and that kind of crap.
Yeah, scenario.
I'm sorry that I try to be
each their
open-minded
own.
and I say to each their own, but there are limits when it's like, you are weird. Like you are, I get it. Everybody's got their thing. If that's your thing.
So me and
you get
Alicia
some
went
help.
to one of those like shops. I think we were in Seattle, Portland one time, and so we went to like a adult store, and it was hella funny because we get to this like we're just kind of looking around, just seeing what they got because it's like a pretty big store.
Yeah, sure.
We get to
Some of those Portland porn stores, you know.
yeah, we get to this other section, and I don't know where it was encased in the glass area. But they had like adult diapers and like that baby stuff.
See, and that's
weird
not
to
like
me.
just go to the freaking store and get the
That's weird,
regular adult diapers. You know, you don't spend a fortune on this.
Like I don't want to
one.
shit my pants for real.
Seriously, so that she changes me, and that makes me feel. And there's like not even like I don't know.
Can you imagine?
So it's not a sexual thing because like some of these people are like, it's not sexual, but then they sell it at a sex store. Yeah, it kind of is.
I don't know. I
weird.
couldn't.
I don't know.
I couldn't
don't know.
have someone wiping my butt unless
No.
I'm like old and I can't do it myself.
And you're trying to crawl away.
Oh, you want to play for real? I'm peeing on you.
Some people get turned on by that too.
Can you imagine? You know how when you change your boy or something, like they always pee. The little boy. They-
Sometimes like you wait for your girl to forget to like cover you, and you're just like,
yeah.
it's so stupid.
So gross.
It's like, why? I don't know. I just, teach their own. Teach their own. It's your life.
What is the thing I've been hearing? We listen and we don't judge, or something.
Yeah. Outwardly. I don't
Inwardly, I'm judging.
I might judge
hard.
all the time inside, but
Yeah, I think Alicia and Cheeky were doing that. We listen and we don't judge, and then they say something.
yeah. But that's fucked up.
You're like,
I don't know. Yeah, I think
but
it's
I
on
want to
that.
shit my pants.
Yeah.
Mommy,
Gross.
you're a bad mommy.
And then they're like scolding you and putting you in the corner.
I'm gonna do that to Alicia. She'll slap me.
Stupid.
She'll be like, dude, what are you fucking doing?
I don't know. It's like, but I don't get the dominating thing either. I would not enjoy being dominated.
I wouldn't.
It
I,
pissed me off. Like
I could-
truly, if
I could
someone
do
were like,
the
if
dominating.
someone like hitting me like you're a bad boy, I'd be like, don't fucking hit me again.
No, see, I couldn't be dominated, but I could do the.
Shut up, bitch.
Yeah, I'll be the dominator. I think I could do that.
Get on the ground.
Come here. Come hither.
You will enter the room on your knees.
I could do that, I think. I feel
Yeah.
like.
Tie your hair back this way. Freaking.
I could be Christian Grey.
Yeah. You tie your hair and then do other weird shit.
And then she gets
It just
spanked.
seems like it'd be a lot of work. Yeah. I want you to show me. And then he does it. And she's like, I'm leaving. What did you think was going to happen? He warned you.
You know, this is some fucked up shit when you got to sign a contract.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
You're signing something legal, like binding.
Man.
Don't do it.
So we also really like this show, The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. It's on Netflix. It's
yeah.
been a while. It's now kind of an older show. It was from like 2016 or something.
Okay.
It's a comedy show, and it's a Tina Fey show. Like she's one of the producers and writers on it, so it's very Tina Fey-ish. But there's this episode where they're in college, and everyone has like contracts for sexual stuff, and this one boy comes up to her and he's like, I would like to present my sex contract with you. And he's like, she's like, you do with your thumb with my what? And she's like, no way. And he like gets really pissed and he calls his mom. He's like, Mommy, a girl told me no, and she doesn't think I'm special. So she has to talk to the kid's mom, who like berates her for not thinking that her kid. It was so funny.
Is it like a sketch show?
No, not at all. It's just it's like, so the whole idea is that this girl survives a bunker because this preacher kidnapped her.
Oh, okay.
So she gets out, and it kind of follows her life trying to like
Re-get
move
that.
on. But
Yeah.
it's a comedy show, and if you know Tina Fey's sense of humor, it's
Yeah.
like You know, she throws just enough random stuff in there. The characters are very funny. It's a funny show. It's one of my like favorite comedy shows.
I'll have to
probably.
check it out.
It's very dumb, but very, I think, funny.
The Unbreakable
It's just-
Kim, what was it?
The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt.
okay.
It might just be Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. There may not be a the at the beginning. I'm not 100%
I'll have
sure.
to check it out.
It's the character Titus Andromedon. He's great. He's freaking funny.
Yeah, I've never
landlord
even heard of
gal's
it.
Funny. It's good. It's been off for a while now, but it's very funny.
They're probably going to just be like,
There's random things. It's one of those like if you like there are those funny moments where like the reason it's so funny is so obvious but almost hard to describe.
Yeah.
You know, it's great.
I'll have to check it out. I
think.
need a new show to watch anyway.
Yeah. We got a lot. We got Dexter and then they're gonna come out with the other new Dexter.
Yeah, I don't know. We're not Alicia has been watching this Love After Lockup. That's a washer.
Oh, okay. I was like, I think we're getting a buzz.
It's just a washing machine.
No worries.
Life After Lockup or something. Oh my God.
Oh God, you were talking about that.
Bruh, that show. You know, it's so stupid, right?
Yeah.
It's the dumbest show, but I can't not stop
It's like
watching
a train wreck. You have to watch
I'm
it.
like,
yeah.
this show's dumb, and I'm like, I find myself invested in some of it.
Right.
Like, why am I watching this? This is so stupid.
Right.
These people are so dumb.
Like, what do you think's gonna
There's
happen?
like a couple that's actually like a legit, like they're actually a really good couple.
Mm-hmm.
Like their life's good. Like she's actually trying to be clean and she's doing a really good job at that. She's actually trying to help her mom. Like their life,
Like
you
they
can tell.
are actually in love.
Yeah, they love. Yeah, you can
Yeah.
see things are working and it's they have a good life.
But there's a lot of people that
But then there's
Don't know how
the,
to have a
the
good
other side of that coin where it is a
shit
train wreck, and you're like,
yeah.
oh my God, this girl looks like she's strung out. Is she strung out? I'm asking. And then, sure enough, she comes back. She has to go to jail because
Her UA
she's
came
just
back
doing
bad.
fucking drugs
Yeah.
again, or he's doing drugs, or it's
we
so stupid.
my brother and I when we were younger, there was that show Teen Mom. You remember Teen Mom?
Oh yeah.
So
Alicia watched all those.
there was what was his name? Butch, I think. Mm-hmm. He was the stepdad of one of the kids, and he had been a drug addict in the past. I mean, in the past.
Yeah.
And there was a scene where he's talking to like a parole officer or like a drug counselor or somebody. And they're like, what was your drug of choice? He's like, cocaine. They go, crack. Cocaine. Like he was super angry and aggressive on the fact that they would assume that he did crack. It's like, bro, you look like a crackhead. You do not look like a cocaine user.
Like cocaine. Hello.
Yeah, he
I
didn't
think
look
if
like
you smoke cocaine, that's crack,
it's
right?
crack, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You bake it somehow with like baking soda. It's crack.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
That is weird.
Like you just put baking soda with it?
don't
There's
know.
got to be something else.
I don't think I would ever try crack.
I don't think I'd try any.
I don't think I will never try crack.
But perhaps
There might be a time that I might try crack, but no, I'm just kidding. I would
if
never.
it gets boring enough.
Like, man, my life's so boring. I need a rock.
Can you?
need a
God,
crack
how
rock.
crack. I had a nightmare the other day that an aunt that I love very much.
Was a crackhead?
Yeah, pretty much. I went to visit her. It was a very weird dream. There's a lot of weird other crap. I'm not going to go into it because it doesn't really get to that part of the story. But how I got to her house was very weird. Then it's not even her real house. It was like the basement of a, like, what are those called? Split level house.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm just like down there. And then I go upstairs and she's hanging out with her new boyfriend. And the guy was like clearly not a good guy. But I'm trying to like get to know him and be nice. And then I look over, like he's got a crack pipe in his mouth. I'm like, this is not good. And I look over at her and I'm like, whoa, is she doing drugs too? And like then the house is kind of like full of a bunch of stuff and like they were hoarderish. And I was like, this aunt that's always been, you know, strong and independent and all this stuff looked like things were not good. And it really bothered me. Like I woke up, I actually texted this aunt because I was
Like, are you a crackhead?
no, I mean, obviously she wasn't really. I don't know where it came from. I haven't talked to her in a long time, so I don't know if just subconsciously I was like worried about her, wanting her to be okay.
Sometimes I feel like that's what
But
happens.
man, like it bothered me. I was like, you know, because like sometimes it's real in that moment in a dream. Like it feels so real.
You wake up thinking, like, is this for real?
And it was not her at all. You know, like this dream version was so averse to the person that she really is.
That's crazy though. Like
Yeah,
I've had dreams about people where like I probably hadn't thought about in a long time, and then I'm like, fuck, I probably should text them.
Yeah.
Maybe that's it.
Maybe it's a sign from
The
God.
washer.
Yeah. You guys
Yeah.
like it, right?
I wonder if they can hear it. They have to.
Probably. But that's okay.
Yeah,
This is real life, man.
Yeah.
This is getting ready for Christmas. Laundry.
If you guys seen my basement right now, you'd be like, damn, you guys are hoarders. That's how it looks. But it's all good.
It's just for the acoustics.
It is actually.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
It's helpful.
But anyway, I think that's it.
think
I'm
I'm
good.
done.
I'm good. Yeah.
Merry Christmas, everybody. We'll
Yeah.
see you coming up on the new year.
Oh, that's right.
And
Christmas is
2025.
coming.
I'm sure it's going to be great.
Yeah,
so,
dude. So many changes happening.
Yeah. For you, it's going to be exciting. It's
It
gonna be
is.
Good news.
It's a goal that I set for myself, and it's
And
come
you
to
did it.
fruition, and it's kind of scary.
You were open to the universe, and the universe was open
You know,
to
if it was gonna happen, it was gonna happen, right?
Yeah. Yep.
We'll see.
There we go.
It's not too late. Be like, no.
No.
At least he's like,
you're-
how much money would it take for them to, like, if you're like my current work was like, no, we'll give you this much to stay, and I was like, it'd have to be like a decent amount.
That's your answer right there, bro. You would know if you felt like you were making a mistake.
They're like, we'll give you 75,000 more than you already make. And I'm like, all right, I'll stay.
We have a Burlington Coat Factory gift card that's yours if you choose to stay.
$25 because that's as max we can get because we're a nonprofit.
Right.
It's a nonprofit, so it can only be 25.
It's $24.93. Sorry, we can't. We have to count the
Anytime
tabs.
it's like if you get employee of the month,
Crazy.
like, or well, I can't get it, but like when like someone on like my team, like one of my techs, he just got actually employee of the quarter, and you get to pick either lunch with the CIO.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
or
we do that for our
25
students. Lunch with the principal.
or $25 gift card. I'm like, bro, give me the gift card.
Seriously. How often do they?
Like I like our
choose-
CEO. Don't get me wrong, he's a cool guy.
Uh-huh.
The lady before.
You would not have eaten.
I
lunch
wouldn't
with
even eat. I won't even eat lunch with the new CIO. Like I don't. It's just weird.
it. Yeah. Like, what are
Like-
you going to talk about?
You're like, thanks for buying me a Burger King.
And you,
then you're
yeah, you feel like a child, right? Like, are you
Thanks,
just
Dad.
demeaning me?
like, thanks, Daddy.
Is this, yeah. She's dribbling sauces down her chin.
Let me get that for you.
God.
But no, I don't know. I couldn't. I would never take it. I would take the gift card.
I
100%
would
of the time.
too. Even if it's a crappy gift card.
You're
than
not
lunch.
that interesting to me.
Yeah, right.
I mean that. I'm not trying to talk. I don't want to have some weird ass conversation that's fake.
lunch with the boss.
So-
No, like literally, that's an award that kids earn.
That's
is
pretty
lunch
much
with
what
the
this is.
principal. Like, it feels kind of demeaning.
No, you literally. This is what you get. Two choices: that or the gift card. I don't think anybody's ever took the lunch. I don't.
Maybe
think.
that's on purpose. Maybe they like set it up so that you just, I don't know, just offer the gift card.
because you know the CIO, the boss, he don't want to do lunch with you.
No. And then you got to like work out
He's
schedules.
probably praying to God that they say the gift
What do
card.
you say gift card?
They're like, you know what? I'll take lunch, and I'll be like, bruh, I didn't want to have lunch with you.
Now I got to be nice to you.
I gotta-
Good job with that quarter, buddy.
Oh yeah. So, what have you been doing in your life? You always have to have these weird,
Yeah.
stupid conversations that are meaningless, and it's just like, it's pointless. I don't
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
know. I can't do that small talky.
And you're basically like trying
And-
to job interview to look good.
And I won't lie to you, I eat fast.
Uh-huh.
So actually, before we end, so when I was out of town in Salem, the maintenance guy there, his name is Jonathan. He's a really nice guy. He's kind of an odd character, right? But last time I was there, he's like, "Hey, you want to do dinner?" I'm like, I'm good.
You
Like
wanna-
I'm like, like he would ask me, and I was like, no, maybe next time. Until then, I come this time, and he's like, hey, Jess,
You promised me a date.
do you? And I was like, well, I already ate kind of just a little bit ago. Maybe he goes, okay, tomorrow. And so he finally, it was like Wednesday. I think it was.
He like forces you in a corner.
No, he didn't. Like I was just like, yeah. I didn't say yeah. I said yeah that day. I was like, no, maybe tomorrow. I go tomorrow. I'm down. I said I'll do it. And me and him have talked before. He can talk quite a bit.
Sure.
So we went into this joint. It's called Natchy Joe's. It's a little burger joint. They're really good, actually. It's very Five Guy-ish the way the food is prepped and everything. It's very similar, but I feel like they're actually better. But it was actually not as weird as I thought it was going to be. Because I'm a fast eater. I only need 10 minutes, 15 minutes. That's it. But we had like a pretty cool conversation. We sat there for about an hour just talking about like different like TV series. Like he's really into like Doctor Who and like Star Trek and all that stuff. So we talked about that. So it was actually at first it was like an uncomfortable thing that I was not looking forward to because it's something that's like not in my bubble, like in my realm of things.
Outside of your comfort zone.
Yeah. But in the moment, like when I did, it was nice, and I told him, man, next time, man. Well, I mean, he doesn't know that I won't be there, but next time I'm down, right? Nice. And so yeah, it was actually it was kind of cool because it's like sometimes you have to, I guess, get out of that comfort zone,
right,
and then do something that you may not think is that great, but then when you do it, you're like, oh shit, this was actually cool.
Yeah,
this was actually cool. Like we actually had a nice little meal, and we just had a good little conversation about just random shit, and it was
nice.
It was weird, but at first though, I had that like, I don't want to do this. It's weird. It wasn't quite.
I'm like,
you're gonna have dinner with the boss.
Yeah,
it wasn't like that. But
congratulations.
I wouldn't do that one though.
I wouldn't either. I feel like a kid the entire time. Like,
you're so cool.
Like, we got you the Happy Meal. We know you love the toy.
Like, I'm a vegetarian, bitch. Right. I didn't want the Happy Meal.
And the whole time the boss is like, so Jesse, how is your jobs going?
And they're just doing this.
Our organization.
They're just like looking at them. Fuck.
You know, I remember, Leroy.
I remember I was in your same position once. I had someone do that to me when I worked at Arby's. It was like he was like the regional like director.
Looks like you still are.
And he was like, you remind me of myself. I'm like, oh.
You're going to be here a long time,
like,
buddy.
I think I got to leave now.
Yeah, well, that's it for me. That's what they call a curtain call, I do believe. So
I'm thinking, I don't want to be here that long.
Right.
Unless I'm making millions.
I'm making a career out of this.
I end up like, I could have been someone at Arby's.
You could have. They would have flown your flag every time you came to an Arby's store.
We are the meats. That came from me, guys.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah. It was a sexual thing, and they heard it and liked it.
Yeah, I was actually talking to this girl I worked with there, and they heard that. That, you know what? I know what he's doing, but I like that.
We have the meats. What the Arby's? We have the meats. We got our campaign, guys.
But you're fired.
So yeah, but that is sexual harassment, and you are fired. But we just need your signature right here to give us the rights to that little phrase. Thank you. Yeah, we last note from me. I was listening to the commercial for the Salvation Army.
Oh, God.
And there's that guy that comes on. He's like a colonel or something with the Salvation Army. I was like, I asked Blanc, I'm like, A, how do you think he got like elevated to that position?
Colonel.
And B, do you think when he goes to a salvation, like colonels and like all those guys will have like their flag flown when they go to like, yeah, seriously, like anytime they are on a base, they have to fly that flag to let everybody know that person's there.
Yeah.
And I was just like, do you think the colonel of the Salvation Army is treated like that? Like he comes in and his flag goes up and everyone's just like, oh, the colonel's here.
The colonel. Everyone in the office.
Who's the 5-star general of the Salvation Army? You know, like,
I want to know.
It just kind of cracks me up a little bit. It seems very serious for.
I didn't think they actually had like it.
I don't know. This guy is. I mean, he had some elite position.
Fuck, that's hilarious. I'm gonna have to check that out.
Just
after
listen.
This.
Yeah, go on any.
I can't hate on the Salvation Army.
No, they're good. They're good. And this guy, I'm sure. I mean, he's earned his rank somehow. But
that's so stupid, though.
It's funny. I'm like, how did you get promoted?
Real military are like, God, this guy gets on my fucking nerves.
Well, like, how do they do it in the real military, right? Like, you've got to take tests, I'm sure.
I'm
and then
guessing.
there's like a body count or something. Like,
you've killed enough.
What do you do to become a colonel or whatever his position is in the Salvation Army? Like,
you got to save a lot of people.
You salvaged a lot of people. A lot of worthless people are now less worthless because of you. And
They're
you're
still
now
worthless,
going to be a colonel. You're a colonel. I call you colonel. That would be great.
You have to get
That'd be
sworn in.
amazing.
Swearing and shit. Do I get Veterans Day off?
Right? Yeah. God, that was a bad year.
Oh, we really hit the red
Lord.
numbers this year.
You got all your troops, the guys at the bells.
mean- Do you think you get the 20 gun salute after you die? And stuff?
20 bell salute, actually. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Dude, they had the guy at he'll do that over there in Walmart. And as I was going in, he's like, "Happy Halloween," and he was saying that to everyone that
It's
walked.
being funny.
He was like the most boring though.
Yeah. Happy Halloween.
Like you could tell he hated what he was doing.
So why are you doing it?
That's what I'm
The
saying.
colonel's assigned you that role? And you're a
Like-
private? Like, is it okay? And are you volunteering to be there, or is that like a paid position, bell ringer?
That's a good question. I
Like,
feel
we
like
need
that's
to
a
ask
paid
the
thing.
colonel.
Private,
Yeah.
you're going to Walmart.
Every time the colonel walks in, the guy's got to stand at attention with his bell.
That's like the Mexicans when they're like they're in like
The white suit
the
people?
white suit, and they're
Yeah.
asking for money all the
Yeah.
time. Someone's deaf or blind or something that
What is that?
I don't know.
organization? Is it
I feel like it's very
legit?
Salvation Army too.
It feels
Fake.
a little bit like, yeah.
I don't think it's real. They got nice suits.
But I know what you're talking about. They got like the red stripe on them,
Yeah,
and they're
yeah. It
white.
looks very military-ish.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
It's the
that-
Mexican.
It's the Salvation Army.
It's the Salvation Army of Mexico. What if our Salvation Army and their Salvation Army go to war?
Oh fuck. Pesos.
Can you imagine? You're walking down the street and just the two armies are going at it. Like there's some war going on here.
You're like, you know what? I think I really am leaving this country. This is
Man.
fucking weird.
Yeah, I'm going to Canada. I'm out.
Ryan Reynolds,
man.
take me.
I tell you. Anyway, guys,
You guys
I
have a
hope
good
you're having a Merry
Christmas.
Christmas. This has brightened up my day. My toilet's fixed. My
Yeah, going to dinner.
jolly's full. I am going to dinner. My brother's making baked ziti, which should be pretty good.
yeah.
So it's gonna be fun.
Very
It'll be
Tony
fun.
Soprano.
Very Sopranos. Yeah, I got to decide what kind of clothes I'm gonna wear.
Oh, you better wear something soprano and
I
bring
know,
a
I might.
cigar.
I got my freaking black seersucker shirt, which Blanca's always like, seersucker. Seersucker. Yeah.
Who the fuck is she?
Seersucker is, I know, a suit.
I never heard that term.
Yeah. So the Southern guy, like the Southern lawyer that wears that white kind of suit, right? They call that a seersucker suit, I think. Or maybe it's the one that's got like the little blue stripes. on it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
But I guess seersucker is actually just a brand because this shirt is a seersucker, but it is a mafia shirt.
Nice.
Might have to wear that one.
You wear it. I say wear that one,
Yeah.
especially if you're having ziti.
I write for some fucking vague ziti. Come on.
You're gonna talk like that all night.
Yeah.
Hey, man, give me some more ziti.
That'd be great.
Gonna love it.
He's gonna be like, "Can you
My
stop?"
brother does it too. He
Yeah,
loves
you
it
guys are
too.
just gonna be talking back and
Well,
forth.
Jesus Christ. what did you do? Somebody ate all the fucking ziti, yeah?
That should be fun.
So it's gonna be a good time.
All right, guys.
Anyway, all right. Take care.
Have a good Christmas.
We love you guys. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Oh, I was like, well,